Something that you'll probably hear pretty much every professional say at some point is invest in glass, not bodies. Don't worry about the bodies. Pay attention to your glass. Glass is where the magic happens. It's where you could shape things and make them look crazy and amazing and beautiful and a lot better than they probably look in real life. And you could blur backgrounds out. You could reveal the world behind you to everybody. Camera bodies come and go. New features, resolutions, higher frame rates. It's every year it's updating. But glass, if you buy the right glass and you take care of it and you stay within the same system and that system happens to not change their mount, sometimes even if they do, they make perfectly good adapter, you could have that glass for life. Literally life. And I've been building up my Sony E-mount lineup, so today we're gonna go over the glass I own, why I bought them specifically, and we'll take them outside and see them in action. These kids are arguing over who has shotgun. He's telling them, like, I'm not fucking getting out. I'm just letting you know right now. And the other kid is like, bro, I called it. I called that shit.
Ching ching wallet. Just move. So we'll do rock, paper, scissors. If I win the first one, then we have to do it again. If you win one, you win. Good ass odds. Bro, this is a good ass deal, Jason. Look, this is a good ass deal. Just leave. Why are you so annoying? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Bro, I'll tell you what I'm doing, bro. Nobody trusts me. Get the plug out. I'll tell you that I'm throwing scissors, bro. I'm telling you I'm nah, bro. I'm telling you.
He's telling him he's throwing scissors. Drag his ass out the ball. Oh boy, he gave up. I can't believe it. I can't believe he gave up. I can't believe it. He let that go after he called it? You call shotgun, bro. You get shotgun. You don't let that go. Now he'll never get shotgun again. Every time he calls shotgun, they're gonna know that he'll give up eventually, and he's gonna lose his shotgun. It's pretty pathetic. Kid's gonna get picked on his whole life. His whole goddamn life. Oh my god. How the tides, how the tables have turned. How the turntables. Oh my word. My man in the back that wasn't even involved in this situation just wound up in shotgun. He had nothing to do with the shotgun situation. And then he rock, paper, scissors the man in the front seat for shotgun and then took it over. That's how you do it. That's some boss shit right there. SAMYANG 14mm f2.8. To me, this is one of the best value lenses that you could buy for Sony at this price point for an ultra wide lens. I think it's a fabulous alternative to the Sony f1.4 for a fraction of the price, and I mean a fraction. Only problem with these ultra wide lenses, can't throw a filter on the front. You got a bulbous is out, so there's no filter thread. It's great and it sucks at the same time for vlogging. Like right now our shutter is 1/5000. That is way too high. And on a sunny, beautiful, bright day like this, especially if I want to stay at f2.8 like I am right now. And surprisingly, you do get some blur. You get some nice background. Those folks over there, pretty blurred out. 24 f1.4. This is probably my favorite lens for Sony cameras, although it's not my favorite for running around and gunning outside. I mean, this is way overkill for a vlog. And it's probably gonna be a little jumpy autofocus wise when you're moving around, walking and talking. As far as focal lengths, 24 is probably my favorite focal length as far as how I look in it. 24 for me is the most realistic focal length for me. This is how I see myself in the mirror. Ugly as ever. The only focal length that is less useful than a 35 is a 28. This is the Tamron 17 to 28 f2.8. And I really like this lens. I didn't think I was going to at first. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody had it posted as new. Luckily, it actually was as new. I think the kid bought it or it fell off a truck and he never used it once. There wasn't a single fuzz on it. I had a couple of drones laying around. I hit him up. I'm like, hey, want to do a little trade ski? It was right about even value. He said, sure. We met up in a dark alleyway, got naked for a few seconds, and then we both left with a new product in our hand. It's a lot of fun. I actually had the Sony 16 to 35 f2.8. I picked it up when I picked up the Sony a7S III, and then I wound up returning it before the 30-day return period was up. It's a great lens. The image quality looks incredible, but I don't know, for the money I just felt like I can get so much more. So I wound up picking up the 24 f1.4 and the 20 f1.8 for right around the same cost, just a little bit more. Then if you think about it, 17 is only one notch tighter than the 16 is. You still have the constant aperture of f2.8. 35, like I said, is useless, just as useless as 28 is. Let's do a little, we'll do a little simulation here. So this is at 17, that's 28, and that is about 35. So for me, the difference between 28 and 35 really wasn't enough for me to justify the price difference. So I picked this up, and I'm happy I did. It's much smaller, it's much lighter, it's much less expensive than the 16 to 35 is. You have an internal zoom, so you don't really have any pieces extending, which makes this a great lens for a gimbal. And really, you could vlog at any focal length. I mean, this is 28. It's a little tight, but you could do it. And it doesn't seem like we lose our focal point during the zoom either. It's still locked right onto me. I don't know if it's bouncing around. I don't think it is. It's a good lens. I slept on this lens at first, but definitely changed my mind about it. I like it. The GOAT, the 20 f1.8. This is probably the best wide angle lens that you could buy for any camera right now. It's not ultra wide, it's just the perfect focal length to vlog. We have active steady shot on. We can still see top of the head and top of the nipple, top of the areola, just right. We just got it in there, which is enough. You don't need too much. The reason why I still continue to do vlogging tests, because it does suck, man. You're like, oh, where do I go today? What area can I walk aimlessly around today with a camera in front of my face? But the reason why I like doing these vlogging tests is because it's kind of a test of everything. You get to see how stable the lens is with whatever camera is being used. By the way, we're using the FX3 as always right now. You get to see the autofocus. You get to see what it looks like on your skin tones, the width of it. You could judge pretty well about how wide it is. It's like the ultimate test. So that's why I will continue to do these vlogging tests. And it's nice to get out. I don't know about the winter time, but right now, I'm soaking in the last of the summer. The only thing that can make this lens any better is if it was stabilized. But even then, you don't really need it with the active steady shot. Does a great job. I mean, I don't need my footage to be more stable than this. I don't need it to look like I'm floating on a fucking skateboard 24/7. A little natural shake is good, and active steady shot is fantastic. This is the 24 to 240 f 3.5 to 6.3. This is at 3.5, this is a 24. So it's definitely wide enough to vlog. It does have its flaws. It's not a constant aperture. It does lose focus when you zoom. It's optically stabilized, so we have optical steady shot in there. It's fairly small. It's not too heavy. It's good enough for vlogging. If I'm going out running and gunning and maybe I'm in an area that I've never been before that I know I'm gonna be able to get a lot of cool shots, I'm taking this lens over any other lens in my kit just because of the versatility with the zoom. It's crazy. Wide enough to vlog, but I could zoom to freaking heaven. So this is what I see with my eyes right now. Oh my God, look at that. You could definitely achieve a blurry background. Let's focus on the tree. Even at 6.3, you get a nice little separation. It's a good trade-off to have a stabilized lens that can go from 24 to 240. Forget the aperture, just get the shot. Capture the shot. Nobody's judging your blurry background 24/7. Get the shot. Ever since I got this lens, I said I can never be without it now. Never. There's just no way unless they make an updated version. I know the numbers on paper, they're not wowing, but once you get your hands on it and you get out and you shoot and you realize what you can capture with this lens, it's really incredible. All right, Sigma 24 to 70 f2.8. For me, this is more of a B-roll lens. This was considered as a do-it-all lens, and I do like the constant aperture of f2.8, and we don't lose our focal point while we're zooming, which is great. The autofocus is great. It's built like a tank. I mean, it's not super heavy, but it gets there after a while. No stabilization. We do have a lot of switches and buttons on the side. We have an AF, MF switch on the side. We also have a custom button on the side. Zoom ring, everything we need is right here. But when I'm in the studio for B-roll, slow-mo shots, product shots, this is what I use, and I'm usually punched all the way into 70 at 2.8. Now if we're talking 24 to 70 Sony versus 24 to 70 Sigma, I'd say just go with the Sigma. You're getting pretty much the same lens, just a lot cheaper. Sorry, Sony. If you go on a trip somewhere for a month, what would be the one lens you would take with you? Let me know down below. For me, I would have to say, no, wait. I would have, the one lens that I would definitely pick, 100%. What? Okay, I'll be right there.